let's just cut to the chase. Is the AI bubble about to burst, or is this whole thing just getting started? Honestly, it doesn't really matter, because while all this money is flooding into AI, jobs are quietly vanishing. So in this explainer, you're getting the playbook, the exact playbook to see where you stand and, more importantly, how to position yourself to win no matter what happens next.
So, get this. Last year alone, investors poured $650 billion into artificial intelligence. I mean, that's a number that's kind of hard to even wrap your head around, right? But that's only half the story. And this other side of the coin, this is the part that should really get your attention. Because in that exact same period, 1.1 million jobs just disappeared. And no, that is not a coincidence. It's a pattern. It's a crystal clear signal that the very nature of work is changing fundamentally. This isn't some far-off threat we're talking about. It's happening right now, and it's happening fast.
And if you need it spelled out for you, just listen to this from Shane Lee, one of the co-founders of Google's DeepMind. He puts it bluntly. If your job is 100% done on a laptop, you're competing with AI that costs pennies. Just let that sink in for a second. We are not talking about the future anymore. This is the economic reality of today. If your work happens on a screen, you are going head-to-head with a tool that gets smarter and cheaper, literally every single day.
You know, the best way to really picture what's happening is to think of it like an AI tsunami. Seriously. And just like a real tsunami, when it hits, there are really only two places you can be. You're either on the high ground, safe, and maybe even thriving, or you're down in the flood zone. And that's where most people are going to get caught.
But what's the most dangerous part of a tsunami? It's that moment of calm right before the wave hits. You see the water pull way back from the shore, and for a second, everything seems fine. Well, that's where we are right now. This quiet is an illusion. It is the biggest warning sign there is, and it means a massive wall of change is already racing toward us.
So, the crucial question, the one you have to ask yourself is this: are you standing in the flood zone without even realizing it? Well, to figure that out, we need a simple diagnostic tool. It's called the RAIL framework, and it's designed to tell you exactly where you stand.
So what is it? The RAIL framework is just a quick 4-question stress test. It's all about cutting through the hype and figuring out if your project, your role, or even your entire company is built on solid rock or if it's built on sand. Ready? Let's dive in.
First up, R is for revenue, and I mean real revenue. Forget the cool demos, forget the hype. Is anyone actually paying for the AI you're working on? If you hear things like, oh, we're still on a pilot, or we'll figure out monetization later, well, that's a huge red flag. No revenue means you don't have a boat when the flood comes. All right, next. A is for acceleration. Look, in this new world, speed is absolutely everything. The question is simple. Can you or your team get something real, something valuable, into the hands of a customer in 2 weeks? Because if you can't, I guarantee you somebody else will. If the AI you're working with isn't making you faster, you're in the flood zone, period.
Third, we have I for in-market. This one's simple too. Is your tool actually being used by real people? It doesn't even have to make money directly, but is it out there in the wild collecting real-world data? Because if it's just sitting in some test environment, it's not a business asset. It's a science project. It's a hobby.
And finally, L is for learning. And honestly, this might be the most important one. It's the real deal breaker. Are you in a constant feedback loop? Are you learning every single day from how real customers are using and, yeah, breaking your product? The pace is just too fast. If you're not learning constantly, you're already becoming obsolete. So be honest. If you said no to 2 or more of those, it's time to find a map. Okay, so what if you just took that little test and realized you might be in the flood zone? What do you do now? Don't panic. You just need a map. You need a simple way to see through all the chaos and find out where the real opportunities are. And luckily, the AI economy is actually much simpler than it looks. You can basically ignore all the noise and just focus on these 3 layers. Layer 1 is the heavy-duty infrastructure: chips, cloud computing, energy. Layer 2 is the big brain models, GPT, Claude, Gemini. Now here's the key. Those first 2 layers, that's a war being fought by giants like NVIDIA and Google. You're probably not going to win there. Your high ground, your big opportunity, is almost certainly in layer 3. And inside that 3rd layer, you've really got 2 main paths for building apps. You can go horizontal, try to build something for everybody. The market is huge, but it is an absolute street fight to get users.
Or you can go vertical. You pick one specific niche, say AI for lawyers or AI for mechanics, and you go deep. It's a smaller pond for sure, but you can become the biggest fish in it. You can own it.
But here's the secret weapon, and this is the opportunity that most people are completely missing. It's not about building new software, it's about AI services. You don't have to write a single line of code. Think about it. You can be the person who handles the messy, real-world data that these models choke on. You can be the consultant who helps a normal, old-school company plug AI into their workflow. You can be the expert they pay a premium to just get it all working. This area is absolutely exploding.
Okay, so you have the map. You know where the high ground is, but how do you actually start moving toward it? Well, you need a concrete action plan. And it's a super simple 3-step process you can literally start doing today.
So first things first, you have to look at your job and understand that it's really 2 jobs in one. There's scripted work, all the repetitive, predictable stuff like summarizing meeting notes or writing basic code. AI is going to eat that for lunch. And then there's strategic work, solving brand new problems, building human relationships, using your judgment. Your entire career survival now depends on shifting your time and energy from the scripted to the strategic.
And here's exactly how you do it. Step 1, audit. Take a hard look at your day and divide every single task you do into one of those 2 buckets, scripted or strategic. Step 2, automate. I want you to fire yourself from all the scripted stuff. Get AI to do it. You have to do it before your boss does it for you. And then, step 3, reinvest. Take all that time you just freed up and pour it into getting ridiculously good at the strategic work, the stuff where humans will always have the edge.
But look, having the map and the plan is one thing. It's not enough if you don't have the right mindset to go with it. The people who are really going to thrive through all this, the ones who make it to the high ground, they won't just be tactically smart. They'll all share 3 core qualities. Let's call them the 3 R's.
These are the human attributes that are completely 100% AI-proof. First is rigor. I'm talking about a deep, almost obsessive mastery of your craft, not just surface-level knowledge. Second, relationships. Building real, genuine human trust. That's a currency that's becoming more valuable by the second. And finally, resilience. Just pure grit. The ability to get knocked down, learn from it, adapt, and just stay in the game long after everyone else has quit.
You know, this makes me think of this great story. It's about a wave that's heading toward the shore, and it starts to panic. It's about to crash, right? It's about to disappear forever. And the ocean just says to it, you think you're a wave. You're not. You're water. And that's the whole idea right here. Your job title, the software you use, that's the wave. It's temporary. But your skills, that rigor, those relationships, that is the water. The form changes, but the substance, you, remains.
So when you think of it that way, let the tsunami come. The waves are going to crash, but the ocean endures. So I'll just leave you with this one question. Now that you've seen the map, now that you have the playbook, where are you going to build your high ground? The good news is, there's still time to decide.